What almost nobody tells you is that the active compound in black seed oil is destroyed by heat, weakened by light, and absorbed poorly when taken the wrong way. The bottle sitting on your windowsill in a clear glass, washed down with hot tea every morning, that combination can quietly turn one of the most clinically studied natural compounds on Earth into something that barely reaches your bloodstream. Over 1,400 clinical studies on this single plant. 1,400. And the finding that runs through almost all of them isn't about what it fixes. It's about why most people never feel it working. 9 problems this oil addresses. 9 corrections almost nobody talks about. Problem number 9, blood sugar regulation. Here's what most people do. They wake up, take the oil on an empty stomach, wash it down with cold water, and move on with their morning. That approach misses 2 things the studies actually used. A meta-analysis pulling together data from multiple randomized controlled trials found significant reductions in fasting blood glucose and HbA1c. Those are the 2 numbers your doctor watches most carefully for diabetes risk. But the studies didn't use oil swallowed alone. They used it consistently with food, and several of the most successful trials combined it with raw honey. The reason isn't folklore. Thymoquinone, that's the active compound, works on something called the AMPK pathway. The same biological mechanism that metformin, one of the most studied diabetes drugs we have, also targets. It improves how your cells respond to insulin. It slows glucose absorption in the intestine, and it does both of these things more reliably when it isn't being pushed through a completely empty stomach. The correction: half a teaspoon with a small meal or stirred into a teaspoon of raw honey first. Not cold water alone, not fasting, with something. But the dosage mistake, the one that affects joint pain specifically, is actually worse than the timing mistake. Because it's invisible. You'd never know you were doing it. Problem number 8, chronic inflammation and joint pain. The clinical trials that showed meaningful reductions in joint pain and inflammation, including trials in patients with rheumatoid arthritis, where the results were some of the most consistent I've seen in this area, used 500 milligrams twice daily. Some used a full gram per day. That's roughly a full half teaspoon, morning and evening. Almost nobody reaches that amount. 2 drops, 4 drops, a small amount on the tip of a spoon. It feels like enough. It is not enough. The mechanism is thymoquinone's effect on TNF-alpha, a key inflammation signaling molecule. Full stop. When those levels drop, morning stiffness drops. Swollen joints respond. The difference between "I tried this oil and felt nothing" and "my knees are genuinely better" is very often just this: the amount. If your bottle has a dropper, put it away. Use a measuring spoon instead. Problem number 7, hair thinning. I'll say this plainly. Black seed oil cannot reverse genetic pattern baldness. Anyone telling you otherwise isn't reading the same studies I am. But for a specific, very common type of hair loss, the diffuse thinning triggered by stress, illness, inflammation, or hormonal shifts, the evidence is genuinely strong. A clinical trial published in Dermatology and Therapy tracked patients with telogen effluvium, which is the medical term for that kind of stress-driven shedding. The group using a topical Nigella sativa lotion showed measurable improvement in both hair density and thickness. 90% of the treatment group improved. 7% of the placebo group did. The wrong method here is the most common one: applying the oil to wet hair. Wet hair has the cuticle layer raised. The oil sits on top, doesn't penetrate, and rinses out. Nobody mentions this, but the cuticle layer is the whole story. The correct approach is dry scalp, small amount, warmed between your palms first, massaged in gentle circles at the roots for 2 minutes. Leave it for 30 to 45 minutes before washing. The warmth from your hands opens the follicle. The oil reaches the tissue underneath. Tell me something. Have you been using this oil and feeling no real difference at all? Drop a yes or no below, because if you're in that camp, what I'm about to cover next is almost certainly the reason why. Problems 6 and 5. Sleep quality and blood pressure. These two share the same error, so I'll cover them together. The mistake: taking black seed oil only in the morning. Thymoquinone works on multiple systems simultaneously. Its effect on blood pressure, which is well documented through ACE inhibition, and its ability to help preserve nitric oxide in the bloodstream, is cumulative. It builds over time, not in a single dose. That makes morning use sensible for metabolic support. But the oil also has a mild calming effect on cortisol, the stress hormone that tends to spike in the evening in people who struggle with sleep after 60. Something curious happens when people get the timing right. I've seen it mentioned in comments more times than I can count. They describe sleeping differently within a week. Not dramatically, just differently. If you're on blood pressure medication, do not add black seed oil to your routine without telling your doctor first. The antihypertensive effects are real. The two together can push blood pressure lower than either alone, and for someone on medication, that's something your physician needs to know about. That's not a formality, that's genuine. The correction: consider splitting the dose. Half a teaspoon in the morning with food, half a teaspoon in the evening before bed. Same daily amount, different distribution, and watch what changes. Problem number 4, memory and cognitive sharpness. Pick up your bottle right now if you have one nearby. Turn it over. Look at the label. Does it list the thymoquinone percentage? If it doesn't, and most bottles don't, put it down, because what I'm about to tell you changes how you shop for this oil for the rest of your life. A screening study found that thymoquinone content varies across commercial black seed oil products by a factor of more than 250. The same volume of oil from two different brands can contain wildly different amounts of the active compound. Some bottles are, in practical terms, flavored oil. This matters enormously for cognitive support. A trial published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology gave healthy elderly volunteers 500 milligrams of black seed twice daily for 9 weeks. At the end of those 9 weeks, they performed significantly better across a battery of standardized cognitive tests: memory recall, attention, processing speed. The proposed mechanism is thymoquinone's ability to slow the breakdown of acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter your brain uses for memory. It's the same target that several Alzheimer's medications go after, through a different door, but that result depends entirely on the oil containing meaningful levels of thymoquinone to begin with. What to look for: cold pressed, with a certificate of analysis, thymoquinone percentage listed, ideally between 1.5% and 3%. Turkish or Ethiopian seeds tend to test highest. If the label doesn't show a number, ask the company for documentation. If they cannot provide it, choose a different brand. I've time-stamped every section below this video, so if you want to come back to any of these, it's all there. But stay with me through the next 2. They're the ones most people find the most surprising. Problem number 3, blood pressure, and a specific mistake that turns a good method into a useless one. The flavor of this oil is strong, I know. For about 30 seconds, it's genuinely unpleasant. But that discomfort is not a reason to mix it into your morning tea. It's a reason to do it properly, because what hot liquid does to this oil is something most people never consider. Thymoquinone begins to degrade at elevated temperatures. Hot tea, hot coffee, hot water, anything you'd describe as too warm to sip comfortably, is already above the threshold where the active compound starts breaking down. You're swallowing warm liquid. The compound that was supposed to help your blood pressure is significantly weakened before it even reaches your stomach. The evidence for black seed oil on blood pressure is solid. Multiple mechanisms. ACE inhibition, the same target as lisinopril and other common medications. Calcium channel effects, preservation of nitric oxide in the bloodstream, which keeps vessel walls relaxed. A 2020 clinical trial using standardized black seed oil over 6 weeks showed a significant decrease in both systolic and diastolic readings. But those studies used the oil directly or stirred into room temperature food. The correction: take it straight off the spoon, chase it with room temperature water, or stir it into yogurt or honey or a smoothie that isn't warm. The flavor is strong for 30 seconds. The benefit is the point. Problem number 2: immune function and respiratory health. And the mistake that is happening to most bottles right now. This one, I almost put it at number 1. Look at where your bottle is sitting. Is it on a counter, near a window, next to the stove, in a clear glass container? Thymoquinone is highly sensitive to 3 things: light, heat, and oxygen. Research tracking thymoquinone content in improperly stored black seed oil found degradation that, in the worst conditions, exceeded 90% of the active compound over a few months of storage. What remained in the bottle still smelled like black seed oil, still looked like black seed oil. The thymoquinone was gone. The immune and respiratory benefits, the anti-inflammatory effects on airways, the antimicrobial action, the support for chronic respiratory inflammation, all of these depend on thymoquinone being present in meaningful amounts when the oil reaches your system. 4 things to remember: dark glass bottle, amber or deep green. Light destroys the active compound, and this is not negotiable. If your current bottle is clear, transfer it. Refrigerate after opening. The cool temperature slows oxidation significantly, and if the oil thickens slightly, that's normal. It returns to liquid within minutes at room temperature. Buy small. A large bottle opened and slowly used over 6 months delivers diminishing returns from the 2nd month onward. And if you need a fresh bottle that meets all of these standards, dark glass, cold pressed, thymoquinone percentage documented, there's one in the description. Dark glass, percentage documented, the kind I'd buy again. Problem number 1: cardiovascular health. Here's what I want you to hear carefully, and I need you to hold the distinction because it matters more than most things I'll say today. Statins lower LDL cholesterol. That's what they're designed to do. They do it well. And for millions of people over 60, they are genuinely important medications. But there's something they don't do. Statins do not prevent LDL from oxidizing. This is the part most people never hear. It isn't LDL cholesterol that drives plaque formation in your arteries. It's oxidized LDL. LDL that's been chemically altered by free radicals, that embeds in artery walls and triggers the inflammatory cascade that becomes atherosclerosis, the hardening, the narrowing, the events that follow. Thymoquinone prevents that oxidation step. Multiple studies have documented this specific mechanism. The LDL is still there, but it doesn't get chemically altered. It doesn't embed. It passes through. A meta-analysis of 17 randomized controlled trials found that Nigella sativa supplementation significantly reduced total cholesterol, LDL, and triglycerides. The effect was stronger with the oil than with powder. And separately, a 2021 clinical trial found that adding black seed to standard statin therapy produced significantly greater improvements than the statin alone across total cholesterol, LDL, triglycerides, and HDL, not instead of, alongside. The wrong method for problem number 1 is taking it occasionally, randomly, with no consistency. The studies that showed cardiovascular benefit used it daily, with food, over at least 8 to 12 weeks. Your doctor should know you're doing this, especially if you're on blood pressure or cholesterol medication, because the combination can be additive in ways your physician needs to account for. That is what number 1 looks like when the method is right. One more thing, and I wasn't planning to include this. I debated it right up until sitting down to write, but I think it belongs here for the people who stayed to the end. There's something researchers are beginning to examine about thymoquinone and what's called cyclical dosing. Some evidence suggests your body may respond more consistently to black seed oil when it isn't taken every single day indefinitely. The proposal, and this is early, not yet clinical consensus, is 6 weeks on, 1 week off. The pause prevents the kind of adaptation where your system begins to normalize the compound and respond less to it. The groups in observational data that used this approach showed more sustained results at the 3-month mark than the groups who took it every day without pause. A small thing, but with this oil, small things done consistently are the whole story. Tell me this, where was your bottle sitting before you watched this video? I'll read the answers. Until next time.